was directed by Alan Clarke. Originally, this was a TV play, but because of its graphic nature, it was withdrawn from broadcast. It was remade 2 years later, and that's the version I'll be talking about today. This movie depicts the lives of juvenile offenders in a borstal. Borstals were a kind of boarding school in the United Kingdom that were abolished in 1982. Scum is an indictment of the abuse and horror that countless boys faced in these institutions. So, Carlin, played by Ray Winstone, is the main character in this film. He arrives in a van with 2 other boys. Within the first 2 minutes of this film, you get a taste of the violence to come. He has to share a room with several other boys, and he's taunted about it by one of the wardens because one of them is Banks. Banks is the daddy. Cringe. I read somewhere that borstal daddies were at the top of the hierarchy, and just like Banks, they would torment the other boys and extort them. Carlin gets attacked by Banks, but he holds his own. What follows is a fight for survival because Carlin and the other boys aren't safe. Not from Banks, and not from the guards. I need to warn you, this movie is beyond upsetting. There's a violation scene and the most depressing self-deletion scene I've ever watched. There are a lot of racial slurs from boys and wardens. This film has few flaws, but like many older movies, the audio isn't great. I'm American, and sometimes I struggle with different UK accents. I also watched this without closed captions, so I missed some things, but I was still absorbed in the story. During parts where people mumbled, I would turn up the volume and all of a sudden there would be shouting, so being startled unexpectedly was consistent with the tenor of this film. Ray Winstone's performance was really good, and I don't remember bad acting from the supporting cast. Aside from hearing Banks repeatedly saying, "I'm the daddy," everything else was fine. I liked Archer's character a lot. His wit brought some levity, but this doesn't have a positive story arc. There were moments where I was expecting retribution, but more violence would ensue. Scum is utterly dismal, and its lack of a soundtrack and drab color palette make it even more so. There are no victories here, so make sure you're not in a bad mood before you watch this. Thank you for watching.